All right, hello family. Trigger warning. I'm just gonna tell y'all that now. I truly hope y'all are having a good day today. Y'all are having a good day. Happy Merry Christmas Eve. A lot, a lot about your childhood is what we're gonna be discussing today. I truly pray y'all are transmuting and alchemizing all negative energy into high vibrational positive energy for your highest good and your protection. So in your childhood, y'all, I just had major memory downloads today that I remember from my childhood, and it's crazy. It's crazy. But you could have experienced being hidden as a child when you were like real little. And the reason this family decided to basically bring you out and like say you were so and so's child, or like basically just have you out, they were going to try to hide you. And basically, yeah, you. And they couldn't. So they had no choice but to like have you out. And some people knew about you. Not everybody knew about you. Some people did. So like some people were confused. And that's why in your childhood, some people were all like, when you went to go visit family one at a time, some people will always be like, oh, I thought it was this many of y'all. Or, oh, I thought it was this. And they'd be like, oh, never mind. They knew what they were doing. But let's really talk about something. In your childhood, when you were hidden, when your parents or family members told you that they had to handle you when you were real little, you were literally always trying to escape from them. You were always trying to get away from them. As a little child, with you having so much emotional intelligence, you were always in fight or flight mode with this family, and they were always trying to get other people, outsiders, to connect, to help them stop other people hearing about them trying to keep you hidden because of money. Because of you coming with wealth when you were little, they decided to literally take whatever you had and hide you and try their best to end you in whatever ways, put so much trauma on you to the point where you just be gone. The reason why when you got older, these family members, you always caught them staring off at you just like in La La Land or something, it's because they are in disbelief on how you healed from so much that they put you through as a child. I'm hearing for a lot of you, these people had you locked up in something or locked away in something when you were younger, and the way they covered something up, or the way they figured they would like cover something up to make it like as if there was never any wrongdoing with something, they brought in pets to like be in those areas. Please take it how it resonates. These are only going to be for specific people that like really know these memories. But when you were younger, whenever you would be bad or you wouldn't listen, or they felt like you were a threat to whatever they were trying to do, they would lock you up somewhere and they would have you just put away until they were done doing whatever they were doing, so that whoever they were around wouldn't know about you. The people they didn't want to, like basically the people they didn't want to know about you, they hid you whenever they would be over, or whenever you would be going somewhere, or whenever they would be going somewhere you couldn't go, you had to stay home, so they would have you locked up somewhere. And when you got older, you started getting very clever, and you started figuring out ways to literally get away from these people and do things to the point where you would be able to set yourself free from them. And when you were real little, you had a time where you were like probably 3 or 4, and your family probably told you about this. Yeah, you was not willing to compromise with whatever these family were doing when it came to your throat chakra, trying to stop you from being able to just grow up and be happy, be alive, just have your freedom, be a kid, whatever it was. You were, wherever you were trapped at when you were younger, wherever they had you trapped at when you were younger, you ended up realizing you could go somewhere, or you ended up realizing that there's a out, like, this is going to be triggering for some of y'all. I know it is, because when I was starting to remember these memories, it was messing with me. I'm like, oh no, because I actually remember this. So for it to come back up, it's like, oh my gosh, like, wow. But you could have been somewhere in a basement, or you could have been just wherever it was, even if it just was in your house. In general, you were locked up in your house. You realized that there were other kids outside one day because you saw somebody, and you did this with your intuition. I'm hearing y'all. You was called, mind you, kids are always very tapped in when they're younger. You was so tapped in that you were calling a child towards you when you were younger, and they came toward a space where you could see them. And you literally decided to be free. You decided to go toward that child, because you was like, in your mind, you're still little, and you're just like, oh, it's little kids out there. I want to go out there as little kids. Like, you see little kids, so you went out there. You figured out a way to get out the house, and you went out there. You were literally like 3 or 4, and this family never thought that you would do this. And when you did it, you either went up some stairs and went out the door and walked through the house and walked out, or you either literally just walked out the front door and you went to a neighbor's house. This neighbor seen you, however it was, or you could have knocked and a little kid came to the door, and then they got their parent, and then their parent brought you in and called somebody, and next thing you know, you're back with your family. You're back with the people that had you trapped. So now they were trying to figure out different ways on how they could get you to stay still. That's when they decided to start locking you up. It got to a point where one day you were like 6, and they could have came to the realization they can't do these things anymore because you're getting too smart, or you're whatever it was they were trying to hide you from or stop people from seeing about you. They couldn't do that anymore, so they were forced to be able to have you out. And when they did finally have you out, they had a storyline created, and they just stuck to that. And because of you having a lot of wealth as a little child, because of your father's side of the family, some of you, it could also be your mother's side, they used that to get all of these people to work with them. And they decided, because it was so much, they can continue to help them. And over time, these people had fallouts, these people had problems, and it was due to these families purposely doing certain things so that they don't have to keep paying these people. And those people were slowly like, these people literally were paying other people to kill these people after they would like get these people to be in on something. And that's only specific people because they didn't want them snitching. They just felt like they would snitch. Whoever has been investigating this family for so long has finally figured something out, or has finally gathered enough information to go forward with something. Whatever this, y'all, look, this immature woman, this older woman, for some of you it could be a younger woman, because it could be a mother and daughter duo, or in general it could be a whole family. This older woman, that's the energy I'm getting. This older woman is very hurt because she's in regret that she was not able to confess something. She tried to send as much evil eye as possible. I'm picking up heavy on a grandmother figure. Whoever this grandmother figure was that raised you, she's in so much regret because you were supposed to be gone. You weren't supposed to remember all of this. You weren't supposed to remember what they did to you in general. Judgment. Her being indecisive, not wanting to tell the truth and speak up and do the right thing, judgment. And when she finally did decide, she was still gonna lie. That's why God blocked it. For some of you, when you got older and you finally got away from this family, somebody came towards you trying to tell you some type of information. They came towards you trying to, hopefully, if they tell you a certain truth, hopefully you will be like, oh, thank you for telling me, and bring them back in with loving arms. But that's not the case. That didn't happen. You trusted your intuition and you didn't go towards this family member when it came to speaking to them. Some of you probably did have an interaction. Y'all just decided not to speak to them. Some of you blocked the interaction. They came towards you and you blocked it. Or for some of you, the spirit realm completely blocked it. Like they weren't even able to come towards you. You already found out about a truth, or you are about to find out about a truth, or you are just about to get some type of confirmation in the physical realm to show you or prove to you that something is the way it is. And it's because you know what happened to yourself. You know what they did to you. You remember. They did not want you to remember. Part 2, family.